wanted to talk a little bit about what the Tower of Babel might have been, those ziggurats that they were building over there in present-day Iraq, formerly Babylon. Now, there was a ziggurat that they call Itamenkani. Now, I'm sure I'm getting that pronouncement wrong, so please forgive me. But what it essentially translates to, I'm told, is the foundation of heaven and earth. And the idea was that they were building these towers up, and on the top floor of these towers, they would have a chamber where the God, and they were inviting and trying to bring the God down here on earth. And there would be a couch and a bed and a living area there so that they might meet God. And they wanted to commune with God. And so the reason I bring this up is that this is the desire of man and women's hearts, always. We want to know where we come from. We want to know our God. And man has always been in search of his or a God, that we might understand ourselves and we might understand the world in which we live. And the problem is not that desire. It's in all of humanity's heart. We're always crying out, trying to find the Father God. The problem comes is how we do that. And essentially what was happening there is that they were disobeying God. As I had mentioned before in Genesis 9, he told them to be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth. But instead they chose to urbanize, clump up, and stay together. And so the problem comes not in that they wanted to meet God, and I am sure they were earnest in their wanting to meet God. And I'm sure in their understanding, they had all the best intentions, but in their hearts, they wanted to do it their way, not God's way. And that is always the problem. And I just want to re-emphasize that it's in every man's heart. As a matter of fact, when we get to the Exodus, God will give Moses, as he is up on Mount Sinai, the plans for a tabernacle. And what is this tabernacle? A place where man can go and meet God. If you were inside the tabernacle and you looked up, you would see the cherubim and you would see the stars. And it was to represent that God was coming down to meet man. But the whole difference between that tent and the ziggurat is that Moses was hearing from God and obeying him rather than trying to force God. And this is the issue. And then, like I said in our meeting on Saturday, understand this. If 1 John chapter 4, verses 8 and 16, if it's true that God is love, but what you do is you try to bring heaven on earth in rebellion against God, what you're doing is you're rebelling against love. You're making and literally creating you're creating a God, or you're trying to create a heaven or a utopia that is against love. And all the best intentions of the world cannot turn the laws of gravity. It cannot change the very laws that God created this universe to be governed by. And just as we are getting ready to meet again this coming Saturday, what we're going to do is we are going to look at Jacob's ladder, at Jesus, where the angels came down from heaven and go up to heaven. He became the Word, and we're going to look at this idea and came to earth. It wasn't us building up to God. It was rather God coming down and meeting us where we are. And so I'm excited to get together this Saturday, and I'm going to post a video of some guy running around Iraq trying to find the Tower of Babel, because it's okay. It's a good little clip there, and it might give you an idea of what those ziggurats were when I post these things. Understand, I don't agree with all of these things, and I don't disagree with all of them. I just think that maybe they might be helpful. All right, God bless, and hope to see you Saturday.